Bonsoir, Moon One TV et ce soir Mouvement National après la prestation de Once and for All. Et nous avons ici 4 des 13 jeunes comédiens. We are in Quebec, so the play is bilingual. Sometimes you speak French, sometimes you speak English, but what happens when you play somewhere and people cannot understand French? Is that adapt for those people?
We always translate in the language the country is speaking. So if we go to Italy, we speak in Italian. In London, we speak English. So and go on and go on. Most of the time, like in Germany and in Lisboa, we spoke in English.
Ça, c'est vraiment pas assez. Allez, profitez-en. C'était quand la dernière fois que vous avez crié en public? Gueulez comme un putois. 1, 2, 3!
You are injured. I just believe that it was for the play, but you are really injured.
It was the second time we played, and then I got hurt in the play.
Jumped on his leg.
Yeah,
Accidentally.
Okay, I see it's sometimes a bit violent. That's fine. Concerning your character in the play, is that something natural because you have the same age?
Yeah, we created the part ourselves. We play ourselves. So yeah, I'm playing Charlotte.
Okay, that means that you are like that in the real life.
But it's like you play an exaggerated form of yourself or something. You do have to play when you come on the stage, but we all created the things we do on stage. We all created ourselves. So yeah, it's an exaggerated form, I think.
We are now with the director of Once and for All.
You feel that Quebec is Montreal is a pretty open city, and that I don't think there's so much difficulties with teenagers here. Teenagers can be themselves, I think, and in that way I feel that the audience is more watching this show in a way like, oh, this reminds me of my youth or something like that. But I have to say we only played 5 days, I think, so we're gonna play another week, so I'm curious to see more reactions.
Okay. And so after Montreal, what is the next plan?
Well, the kids are going, and me are going to see the world. It's amazing the possibilities that are open. We're now going to New Zealand, then to Melbourne, then to Sydney. Later this year they're going to LA, to New York. So it's amazing the demand for this project, and it's all Anglo-Saxon. So it's too bad that we don't go to a country like India or something like that. But it's also because the show is like with teenagers. There's a stop to it. We had to say like at February 2010 we'll say it's the last show. It will be in Toronto because they're gonna be too old.
And
it's the second project that really has this thing. The first project was The Smile of Your Face by our company Ontroerend Goed, and you were blindfolded in a wheelchair as an audience member, and you go individually, and that also won several prizes in Edinburgh and also visited several places around the world. And it actually, Once and for All, it's like the fill-in after where, for instance, we went to Sydney, and now Once and for All can go to Sydney also. So it's like the second time. I'm very lucky.
I really like how you go through all the stages of a teenager, like you talk about sex, also about drugs, and I also really like the different track you use, the music, I talk about music for this play, and it very fit when you use, for example, Radiohead when you talk about drugs, or explosion in the sky at the end when everything is it's completely silly. So how did you choose these tracks?
Well, the first thing was that music at that age is, for me, it was the most important thing ever. Then, when I was 16, music was the only thing that understood me, and I wanted to choose songs that were rebellious for each age. For instance, my parents' Velvet Underground was really the rebellious thing then. For my grandmother, for instance, was Peggy Lee. Is That All There Is? That was really a heavy song then. Monster Magnet was my period. I did a lot of weird stuff on Monster Magnet. So I picked each and every song during generations. So you didn't only look at the generation now, but also, it's my generation too, and it was the generation before me. But I do want it to end with Explosions in the Sky, because it's really from now, and I think it's very special because it has a very positive side. Explosion in the Sky, it's very now, but it's very positive in a way, and that's why how I wanted to end the performance in a positive, now everything is possible way.
Thanks a lot. It was amazing.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
We are in the Zoofest, and you're watching Once and For All on Moonwat TV. Hey!